Hello students, today we will study chapter number 2 of your computer book. The name of the chapter is Operating System. In this chapter we will learn what is an operating system, roles and types of operating system, evolution of Windows and about graphical user interface. So let's begin with our first topic. What is an operating system? An operating system is an interface between a computer user and a computer hardware. Now what does that mean? What is that interface between computer user and computer hardware? Suppose you buy a new PC, a new computer or a new laptop from market. So if you are buying a computer, what things you will get? You get a monitor, you get a cabinet. In that cabinet you have motherboard, RAM, CPU, all these things. Then you have keyboard and mouse. All these things makes a computer. So all these things are hardware. You know about what is hardware and software. If you do not install Windows into your computer or any other operating system in your computer, will your computer work? No, because to run that hardware you need an operating system. When you install that operating system, when you install that Windows into your computer, then you see the screen on your monitor. That is basically your interface. That interface helps you to do your work with your hardware. So an operating system provides you that interface so you can interact with your computer, you can interact with your hardware. Now comes to the second point. It is a software which manages overall resources and operation of computer. It is type of system software. There are two type of software. First one is application software and second one is system software. So operating system is a system software which manages overall resources and operation of computer. Resources means all the resource like your memory, like your peripherals, like your files. It manages all the resources that are into your computer or that are attached to your computer. Okay, so what is the definition of operating system? It is a interface and it manages all the resources of your computer. Here in this diagram you can also see that here is a user and here is your hardware. Between user and hardware you have operating system, and on that you have applications. Okay, you work on a application software and that application software manages by operating system, and operating system also manages your hardware. So this is a hierarchy which a computer follow. Now move forward. Role of an operating system. Operating system basically do three functions. First one is it manages the computer resources such as CPU, memory, disk drives, printers. It establishes a user interface between you and your hardware, and it's execute and provide services for application software. So I have already told you that it manages all the resources, all your files into your computer, all your memory of your computer, all the hardware of your computer. Okay, so whenever you are working on a computer, suppose you open MS Office. MS Office is an application software. Okay, that application software that MS Office basically manages by your operating system. Okay, establish a user interface. Very simple. It gives you a interface to operate your computer. It gives you a screen. On that screen you have icon. By clicking on that icons, you use your computer, and it provides services for the application software. Okay, all the application software like MS Office, Paint, your games, Window Player, all the software are managed by your operating system. Okay, operating application program basically use operating system by making requests for services through a defined application program interface called API. Okay, now move forward. Types of operating system. We have many type of operating system, like we will discuss one by one. My first type of operating system is multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system enables more than one user to run program on different computers. This type of operating system basically used in very big organization. Here in this figure you can see that there are multiple users, user 1 2 3 4, and they are working on a single server. Okay, so one server or one CPU is shared by multiple users at a single time, so it is a multi-user operating system. My next type is multi-processing operating system. So a multi-processing operating system allows a program to run on more than one CPU at a time. So what is the benefit of using multi-processing operating system? If you have one CPU with you, so you will get the power of one CPU. But if you have number of CPUs and number of CPUs, so if you are running n number of CPUs, and if you execute your program of n number of CPU on n number of CPUs, so you will get the power of n number of CPUs. Your work will be more faster. ऐसे समझ सकते हो उसको आप. इफ़ आई एक्सप्लेन इन हिंदी, अगर मेरे पास एक CPU है और मैं अपने प्रोग्राम को एक CPU पर रन करता हूँ, तो सीधी सी बात है मुझे एक CPU की पावर मिलेगी. इसके अलावा अगर मेरे पास मल्टीपल CPU हैं, कई सारे CPU हैं, और उन मल्टीपल CPU को मैं एक बार में एक्सेस कर पाता हूँ, तो मुझे उन मल्टीपल CPUs की पावर एक साथ यूज़ कर पाऊँगा और मुझे मेरी प्रोसेसिंग बहुत फास्ट हो पाएगी. ठीक है, तो दीज टाइप ऑफ ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम आर कॉल्ड मल्टी प्रोसेसिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. My next type is multitasking operating system. Very simple. If I'm running more than one program at a time, it is called multitasking operating system, like we do normally in our computer. At a time we run a movie, we can play a song, we can open any file of MS Office, we can do multiple tasks at a single time. So it is called multitasking operating system. Okay, so my next type is multi-threading operating system. It allows various parts of one program to be used simultaneously. They manage the sharing of internal memory along multiple applications. If you go into deep, basically a process is divided into multiple threads. When you click a program, when you click a file, when you click a program, it executes. When it execute, it becomes a process. So you are basically, a CPU runs a process, and that process have multiple threads. So in multi-threading system, multiple threads run simultaneously, and it basically increase the work you can do on a single CPU. So you can compose a mail, you can print a mail, you can do a number of tasks at the same time by using multi-threading. We are having n number of tasks, n number of program, n number of process, and n number of process are running their threads. So these type of OS or operating system is called multi-threading operating system. My next and the last type of operating system is real-time operating system. So these type of operating system allows computer to process and respond to input very quickly. They are basically used when computer need to react without delay. When a delay of millisecond can cost you very much. Like if you are launching a satellite, so delay of microsecond can move your satellite from one planet to other planet. So in the system where we need correctness of time, there we use real time operating system, जहाँ पर हमारा 1 मिली सेकेंड की गलती भी हमारे इन आउटपुट में बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस ला सकती है. वहाँ पर हमें रियल टाइम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. So in your book, your next topic is evolution of Windows. Windows, you all know, Windows is a type of operating system. We have many operating system in market like Windows, Android you use on your phone. We have Ubuntu, we have Linux, we have Unix. So these all are type of operating system. But Windows is the most general operating system which is of common use. So we will see that when Windows launch and how many versions Windows has launched yet. So first version was Windows 1.0 and it was released in 1985. So I will I will share with you the all the interfaces of all the Windows. So it is the interface of Windows 1.0. It was launched in 1985. Then next was Windows 2. This is the interface of Windows 2 and it was launched in 1987. Next we have Windows 3 and it was launched in 1990. Then we have Windows NT and it was launched in 1993. Then came Windows 95. It was launched on 24th of August 1995. Then we have Windows 98. It was manufactured on 15th May 1998. Then we have Windows ME, or we can say Windows Millennium Edition. It was released in September 2000. Then it is very popular operating system. You must have seen this Windows XP. It was released to manufacturing on August 2001 and for retail sale it was open for October 2001. Now we have Windows Vista. It was released in November 2006. And Windows 7, you must be using this. It was released on 22nd October 2009. Then we have Windows 8. It was released on October 2012 and the latest version is Windows 10. It was released on 29th of July 2015. So all these were the Windows version which have been launched during last 2 or 3 decades. Now your last topic of this chapter is GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. A graphical user interface is a basically computer interface that uses windows, icons and menus which can be accessed by a mouse or which can be accessed by a touch screen. Okay, so GUI basically allows you to click on that particular icon and open that file or open that software or open that application. In contrast to GUI, earlier we had CLI. CLI means command line interface. Command line interface uses only text and are accessed by a keyboard. So CLI is very difficult to use because we need to type only commands, and GUI is very easy to use because we can use mouse or we can use by our finger touch. So there are few components of GUI like a window. You know that the screen on which you saw on your computer, it is a rectangular portion of the monitor screen that display contents. And then you have icon is basically small picture on which you click, or we can say icon is small picture or a symbol that represents a program or command. You can click on icon and open that particular file or particular application program. So what are the advantage of using GUI? Basically the main advantage is that make computer operation more interesting and more easier for a person. If a person is new to computer, even then he can use the computer by clicking of the mouse. So GUI makes our work very easy, and GUI also provide user with immediate visual feedback about the effect of each action. Like for example, if I create a folder, the icon immediately appears and confirming that folder has been created. So this was all about the GUI. This is a very small chapter. In this chapter we studied about what is operating system, roles, types of operating system, evolution of Windows, and what is GUI. So in next class we will solve some exercise of this chapter. Till then, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Take care.